better person, bro. Like, don't tie me to like them people, bro. Like, you know, I'm really in for my people, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, for real. So we gonna move on like to Avatar, but I want y'all to know I'm really for my people, for real. You know, I want y'all to know that, for real. Like, seriously, you know what I mean? Like, I really want y'all to know that, bro. I want y'all to know I'm for my people. I'm for my people, bro. You know what I mean? But we gonna get to Avatar though, because like that's what matters. Then we're gonna get to the music. Am I right, guys? Yeah. Anyway, Avatar. Just a quick video here. YouTube people, ignore everything that happened here. I don't know if I'm gonna add this or not, but you know what I'm saying? I wanna get to watching this Avatar little video. W Sonic 3, right? You know what I'm saying? I support, you know, black people, you know what I mean? I support Shadow and Knuckles. They both black, you know what I'm saying? Like, I only support the black characters, you know what I mean? Black History Month. George Washington Carver. Good peoples, man. Good peoples, bro. Anyway, while I was rudely interrupted, there's a video I want to watch real quick before we get into the music. YouTube people.
Water.
New Avatar.
Fire.
You know what I mean?
Air.
I just watched Avatar last year.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Mike and Brian just announced what the big sequel series to Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra is going to be, their new animated series. So we'll break it all down because there are a bunch of details. It confirms a bunch of long-running fan theories too about the twin.
What the hell? Somebody trying to hack my computer?
Expecting. Of course, I will do videos for it when it does release, just like I did back in the day for the classic Avatar series for Korra. Some of you probably found my channel for my original Korra episodes back in the day.
Damn.
If you are brand new to the channel.
Speaking of Korra, when I start the Patreon, y'all can watch my reaction when we watched all of Korra. That shit about like 9-10 hours, I think. Or even Avatar. So that's like about 12-13 hours straight content, you know what I'm saying? On the Patreon type shit, you know what I mean? All of it. With my commentary, so you know I talk a lot, I yap, so that shit probably 24 hours of just straight Avatar, you know what I'm saying, type shit.
Channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. They're saying the title of this new Avatar series is Avatar 7 Havens. It's gonna have 26 half-hour episodes over 2 seasons, which is in parity with the amount of Korra episodes per season. But instead of 4 seasons, they're just saying it's 2 seasons for now. My assumption is the reason why
this shit better be better than Invincible,
because they picked it up for 2 seasons at once instead of like
this shit better be better than Invincible.
So they could,
bro. Invincible, great story, but the animation's still not good, bro. Like y'all gotta fix that. Y'all holding Mark, bro, and Amber. Last episode was fire, but the animation's still like we gotta work on that, bro. Y'all got no excuse.
Always go longer. But if you remember when Mike and Brian quit the live-action Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender series, like they parted ways with Netflix, said we don't want to have anything to do with this. They came back a little while later saying that they'd founded Avatar Studios for a bunch of different Avatar movie and TV show projects,
like the live action
projects, like doing new Avatar books, comic books, stuff like that.
The live action was good.
You could imagine for Avatar. Paramount and Nickelodeon basically gave them a blank check to just do whatever Avatar projects they wanted to. So they came out with a slate of a couple movies that they were developing. They already have the first one coming out at the beginning of next year. I'll explain that in a second, too.
Wait, what?
But as part of that, they also promised that they were going to be making multiple upcoming series. This Avatar 7 Havens animated series is just the first of those.
I don't know anything about the books, though.
Michael DiMartino also confirmed that it is going to take place after Korra. It will be Earthbender avatars, but the big confirmation, like I said, is that it'll be twin avatars, like a lot of people wondered. The big twist on the Avatar cycle that people were expecting that they would try because they'd never done it before. And part of the idea that Mike and Brian want to do new things that they haven't tried before with the whole Avatar mythology. Dante
but I thought only one person can be the Avatar,
did a special promo for the announcement where
so
they
now
actually
explain
some more synopsis of what the actual plot of the series is and what's going on during this new era after Korra dies.
Breaking news. There's a new Avatar on the way.
In celebration of the 20th anniversary of Avatar: The Last Airbender,
it's really been 20 years? And I only watched this shit last year.
A brand new series.
I might have trash taste.
Mythology of the adventures
I'm not gonna lie.
Universe continues in Avatar 7 Havens.
Maybe my child self really didn't know what I was looking at.
By a devastating cataclysm.
Unless if it was iCarly, because that shit was trash, or Drake and Josh, because that shit was trash, and I still stand on that, even when I was a child.
When a young Earthbender discovers she's the new Avatar, her and her long-lost twin must uncover their mysterious origins.
And they must save the Seven Havens before civilization's last strongholds collapse. All the while being hunted by both human and spirit enemies.
Because in the era of Seven Havens,
why she look coked
Avatar
out?
means your humanity's destroyed.
I mean, no disrespect, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, I don't know, I don't like her staring at me like that. Menacingly. No SpongeBob.
Wow. I wonder what the last Avatar did to cause that.
Bro, she look like she's like a hostage or something.
Barney.
So there's a whole lot to unpack there with what they
Bro,
just
she
said.
look like she's
When
a
they say it's
hostage.
long lost twins, they're confirming it's Earthbender twin avatars
You better
because
say
the
something
avatar
nice,
cycle goes
or
to
you're
Earthbending now.
fired.
But instead of it passing to another
Don't dog me,
female
please.
or a male Earthbender,
It's Black History
it's
Month.
twin
Where my
male
Black History?
and female avatars at the same time.
Where my Black
Way back
History?
when they announced they were doing a new series, people were like, who's going to be the new Earthbender avatar after Korra? What if it's twins? What would happen if they split the whole concept of avatar powers and reincarnation into two
Twins
different
jumping-
bodies
twins
instead of a
jumping
single
on a
body?
jet ski.
This will remind you of the whole Star Wars concept of force dyads, where you have one soul born into two bodies. They
Oh,
did
God.
confirm that it was a
Like that
sister
fucking-
and a brother, and the sister
Like that one show that nobody liked, I never seen, but I heard it was bad. Yeah, that one. Not because it had DER, I didn't know, cause you know that shit. I'm not that type of nigga, cause y'all niggas be tripping. Y'all never seen black people in Star Wars before, but you know.
discovers her avatar powers first, or at least it sounds like the story starts with her.
They keep on
perspective
changing
in the
her
beginning of episode
characters.
1. She learns that she has a long lost brother in the first place and seeks to find him
There were no
after
black
also
people in
learning
Star
that she is the next
Wars.
avatar after Korra. My assumption is that the brother either starts the series not knowing that he also has avatar powers,
This
or
is
when
literally
they
just like that
eventually
Star
do
Wars
meet each other in the
shit.
first couple episodes, he thinks that she's the only one with avatar powers and he's just a normal earthbender. They kind of pulled this twist on Superman and Lois in live action recently, where Superman
the
had
hell?
two sons and they got their powers at different points in the timeline.
Wait, what?
So for most of the show's run,
When this happened?
only one of the sons thought he had powers.
Superman
The
has
other son
kids?
thought that he was never
Well,
going to get powers, but then by
two
the last
sons?
couple seasons, he developed powers too. So both sons wind up having powers. My assumption will be
I would
a
hate to be
similar type of
Superman's son.
twist
I ain't
with
gonna
the
lie to
twin
you.
avatars, where they both
That
find
gotta
out
be
that
trash.
they both are the avatar, essentially. Maybe a big reveal of that in the finale for the first season. That feels like a big cliffhanger that you would push into season 2 with, where it's like, oh, there's two of us. We both have avatar powers. They also kind of did this during Star Wars 2 with Luke and Leia's character, where after they met and they learned the truth about who they
If I
really
had Superman's
were, she
powers-
discovered that she was also force sensitive
Boy,
and
ain't nobody
could
on
train
this
to be
earth
a
living,
Jedi
bruh.
if she wanted. But there's a whole bunch of crazy
Wait, did I
stuff
say that
going
out
on
loud?
in the
Oh, I
world
thought this was
during
minor
the
thoughts,
events
my
of this
bad.
series. It says, during this era, the Avatar is thought of as a negative thing and a destroyer of the world rather than its savior. The way that Janet Varney jokes in this promo, she makes it sound like it was something that Korra did and probably involved her dying. Like whatever caused her to die is whatever this giant disaster is that everybody blames
damn.
the Avatar for. So you have to imagine something crazy happens. There's this epic disaster. Korra winds up
Is that a
dying as a
condom-
result of
is that
it.
a condom
Similar
on
to
top
way
of the
that
earth?
Roku died in a big disaster, then Aang was born, eventually discovered that he was the Avatar 10, 11 years later. These twins are born as Korra dies in whatever disaster is happening. Then like 10, 11 years later, however much time goes by, they discover their Avatar powers too. But in that 10 or 11 year time jump, when they don't know that they're the Avatar, the world thinks that the Avatar has disappeared for like 10, 11 years.
Wait, that's
While
kinda-
that's happening, during that decade of time, whatever, everybody just grows to hate the whole concept of the Avatar. So they're just waiting for them to show up so that they can kill them again.
Oh my God.
Dante Bosco and Janet Varney also say the twins will be hunted by both spirits and humans, meaning they won't be safe in the spirit world hiding out like they used
So they basically born for people to come after them for no reason. That's insane. Imagine just being born just for people to hate on you. They don't want you to live. Damn, that sounds quite familiar.
to during Legend of Korra. It
That's it
sounds
too
like a
much?
lot of season 1 will be them trying
God,
to
we
learn
got
where
bots,
they come
bro.
from, who their mother and father
Mods!
are, and learn about their avatar
I ain't got
powers.
no mods.
So it sounds like they grow up being fostered by other families, like their mother and father died at some point. They also say they're going to try and save the Seven Havens before civilization's last strongholds collapse.
Hey, yo, Twitch, I'm gonna need y'all to fix these
Basically
bot
teasing
situation,
it's
bro.
an end-of-days situation in the
Why am
world
I getting
of
bots,
Avatar.
bro?
World-ending calamity,
trying to
like,
buy no
way
views.
worse than the 100 Years' War. What are you going to do when both the spirit world and the regular living world are going to be destroyed? I still think it's kind of funny that Janet Varney makes it sound like this is Korra's fault, like something Korra did, just
Don't
epic
res-
disaster, blame her, it's all her fault. But it sounds like the Seven Havens area
I've been
is
wondering
the
if
name
those
of
are
the
real
region
people,
that the
though.
twins come from, and there's just all-out war raging
Sometimes.
all over the planet,
Maybe
inside the
maybe they're
spirit
the one who
world
hacked my
and
shit.
inside the living world too, between spirits and humans alike. My early theory is that season 2 will probably start with them knowing the truth about the disaster that killed Korra, where they come from, the truth about their origin, their family, and they'll probably have an idea of what they need to do to bring balance back to both worlds, to the spirit world and to
Wait,
the
that
regular
sounds kind of
world.
fire. At
If
first,
you
I was kind
remember,
of skeptical.
a
That
billion
sounds
years
kind of
ago when
fire,
I was
though.
doing Legend of Korra season 4 episodes, during the finale, her big thing was permanently opening the spirit portals between both worlds so spirits and humans could travel back and forth between both places. Maybe whatever the twins do to fix the balance of both worlds has something to do with the spirit portals again, too. One of my other big theories, too, like this will be a big question, is do both twins need to be present in order for them to both go into the Avatar state? Like, won't it work
Interesting.
if there's just one of them around? Like, will one of them not be able to go into the Avatar state if the other one isn't with them? Sort of like a
That'd be kind
Dragon
of a
Ball
nerf.
fusion kind of
I doubt
situation,
that would
but
be-
they
I doubt-
don't
I doubt
actually
that'd be the
fuse
case,
into
though.
a single person. It's still two separate people, but they need each other to actually go into the Avatar state. That would actually be a cool reveal, too, if they finally meet each other and then boom, something happens and they both accidentally go into the Avatar state on automatic, like the way that happens with Aang and Korra, where when they're really distressed, they'll just automatically go into the Avatar state to protect themselves. Now I'm
made me
also
go
kind
into
of hoping that we'll get
Avatar
some
state.
cameos too, like Dante Bosco. Some of the other previous Avatar actors might come in for brief cameo scenes as background characters, but obviously they're going to cast brand new actors for the main characters. It sounds like the new series
Let me
isn't
voice
gonna
act as one of
premiere
them.
until after the new animated.
I am a voice actor now, so I can voice act. You know what I'm saying? Avatar. Never mind. Let me not do it.
Movie Aang the Last Airbender comes out, which is supposed to be in January next year, so it's not that long. We'll probably get a trailer for that before the end of the year. Hopefully they'll release something by summer. But if they just pick the show up now, remember that animation takes a long time to actually make, so it might be 2027 before this series actually releases, or like the very end of 2026 if they're really, really hustling. We only got a brief
it'll be
teaser for what's
2028.
going on with the actual movie. The movie is meant to take place after the events of Book 3 and basically adapt a lot of the stuff that they're actually doing in those first comics that take place right after Book 3 ends.
Oh shit! I didn't read
The
the
way
books,
they've talked about
so
it
I
in
don't
the
know.
past, the comics are meant to be canon, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to change stuff or put the events of the movie somewhere in between some of the things that
That's
are
kinda
happening in
fire.
those comics, so they borrow a
I
few
can't wait for this
things
movie to come
from
out,
the
though.
events of the comics. Several years ago, when they started announcing all this stuff, they also said they were going to try and do an Avatar Kyoshi movie and a Zuko movie, but they didn't say
a
when
Zuko
those
movie
would
would be
come out.
fire.
Just this new Aang movie
I don't know
would
about
be
the
the first
Kyoshi,
one
though.
of multiple upcoming movies.
Actually, no.
But the
Actually,
way
yeah, the
that Mike and
Kyoshi movie
Brian
might be
have
kind of
talked
fire
about
too.
The new series,
Because
that
they don't talk about them
multiple
enough.
different series, is they want to jump around and do different types of things, so it won't just be a linear progression forward and forward in the timeline every single time.
This one will
Everybody
really.
let me know, if they are going to be jumping around
Really had a
in the
Susanoo.
timeline eventually, what other series do you want them to do, and what other movies do you want them to do? Nickelodeon and Paramount also said that they're releasing some Avatar minis on a special YouTube channel eventually. They're like chibi minis. I don't know if they're going to be canon or if it's
Oh,
just
so
some
this is really-
fun
they're really going
project that
anime
they're
for
trying
this.
to do, in addition to all this 20th anniversary Avatar stuff that they're doing right now. That's the big reason for all these announcements, because
I would like
the
a-
20th
I would like a
anniversary
Uncle
of Avatar:
Iroh,
The
like,
Last Airbender is
movie.
coming
That'd
up.
be kinda fire.
By the time a lot of you have
Or like
watched
a
this
short.
video, the anniversary is probably already come and gone.
Like a Uncle
Hopefully we don't get to
Iroh,
like the
Iroh
25th
like
anniversary without knowing a whole lot
retelling
what's
of his
going on
story.
here
That'd
or
be kinda
seeing
fire.
some of these episodes. And even though I haven't talked too much about it, there is
Or
the
my baby girl
live-action
Azula.
Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2 and Season 3. They renewed it for the
'Cause they hold
entire
her
run
ass.
of the original Avatar series. They're basically just doing their own version of the original run of 3 books, but as you saw during Season 1, there are numerous changes they made to the story of Book 1. It'll be the same for Book 2 and Book 3. Now the big thing is they're finally introducing Toph because we're heading into Book 2, so she's like the big
next
reveal
season
that
about
they
to be
used for the
fire.
first teaser. Those new Toph
Yeah,
trailers will be
get
the
them
only
feet outta
time that
here.
Netflix can't call
Dan
you
Schneider?
degenerate for asking for more feed pics. I've already done a much bigger video
Bro,
about
get her
that.
feet
Click
outta
here
here.
for that, and click here for all my new Superman videos too. Thank you so much for watching.
Hey, man,
and
W
I'll see you
video.
guys in the next one.
Y'all know when that y'all know when part 2 live action come out, them boys gonna be thirsty for them damn feet pics. That actress gonna have to, she gonna have to double dip. You know what I'm saying? Put some feet pics. Actor of Toph. Yeah, that's a cool bag. She won't have to ever act again. Type shit, for real, for real. I'm not buying it though, cause I'm not into feet. But y'all freak nasty niggas out there. Y'all got that, bro. Anyway, W video though. I'm actually excited for Avatar. You know what I'm saying? With this movie, the new cartoon, whatever. You know what I'm saying? As a newly Avatar fan, as myself. You know, I'm excited. You know what I mean? Never late. Never say never. No Justin Bieber. Never late. Never late. You know what I mean? W shit. But yeah, W video though. All right, y'all.